All right, well, thank you for joining us for KBOI 2 News Midday. I'm Brian Moore, and let's get right to your top 11 stories at 11. Our number one story today is the new lead in the form of a video in the deadly Notus shooting. The images were captured by a neighbor's home security system. Investigators are still trying to catch these two suspects. Detectives say the two men robbed and shot and killed a convenience store clerk. And in a few moments, the investigators' new strategy for finding out who these men are. And Jeffrey Graff of Boise is behind bars. Police say he hit and killed 66-year-old John Perkins with his vehicle. Police charged Graff with leaving the scene of an accident and destroying evidence. That incident happened on Orchard Street about a month ago. Detectives say it was dark and rainy the night of that hit and run. They do believe Perkins, though, was trying to cross the busy street against the light. Still, vehicle traffic is required to stop for any pedestrian, even if they are jaywalking. Well, it was a close call for the family of this home in Boise. It caught fire just before 6 o'clock last night near Foothill and Hill Roads. A mother was home along with several children. A neighbor saw the flames and called 911.
Yep, family got out okay. Mom and kids got out okay. Looks like got up into the attic, and the first engine and crews got a good stop on it.
6 engines and 2 trucks responded to the 2-alarm fire. The cause of that fire remains under investigation. And a Mountain Home woman is dead. Police say she shot herself in the stomach while cleaning a gun. It happened on Rockridge Drive. Police found the 38-year-old woman in the garage unresponsive and not breathing. Investigators say she was talking to a relative on the telephone at the time. No foul play is suspected. At least 6 people are dead and 15 more injured after a New York commuter train slams into an SUV that was stopped on the tracks. Victims include the driver of that vehicle and at least 5 people who were in the train. Investigators say the Jeep Cherokee was on the tracks when the gates came down. Police say that's when the train struck that vehicle, triggering an explosion and a fire.
The train went silent. You could tell there was panic going on towards the front of the train, like, walk back, walk back, walk back.
Smoke and flames could be seen billowing out of the train car more than an hour after the crash. About 400 people were on board that train at the time. Investigators from the National Transportation Safety Board have taken over that investigation. Well, unbelievable dash cam video captured a Transasia airplane crash. Look at that. This is shortly after takeoff. The pilot's actually calling 3 Maydays. The plane clipped a bridge with its wing and tail section, then crashed into a river. 15 people survived, 25 at this point confirmed dead, but 18 are still missing. We will have more on this story in a few moments. Heads up, drivers, beginning this weekend, the Meridian crossover traffic pattern will be back. On westbound I-84, a concrete barrier will separate the crossover lane from the rest of the traffic heading west. Drivers in that crossover lane will not have access to either the Eagle Road or Meridian Road exits. Once changes on the westbound side are complete, crews will set up a similar pattern heading eastbound. And for over 60 years, the Grapevine Club has held Alcoholics Anonymous meetings in an old fire station on 4th Street. But that building, owned by the City of Boise, and Boise doesn't want to manage the facility any longer. At last night's City Council meeting, a new ordinance was proposed that would allow the sale of that property. Reaction is mixed.
From the standpoint of money being put into a structure, I'm not sure that this particular structure fits the bill.
I see a lot of people that go in there sick as a dog and come out with a life, something that we don't always get the opportunity to have.
Well, the City Council had planned on making a decision last night, but it's been postponed. It's going to have another meeting with members of Grapevine first. Well, soon you could see corporate logos on signs and benches in state parks. Idaho's Parks and Rec Department is asking lawmakers to consider passing a bill that would allow it. The proposed legislation would also allow companies or groups to sponsor events. Parks and Rec says any permanent advertisements would not be very large. All right, BSU is hosting a Bronco Fan Fiesta. It's taking place at the Village in Meridian. Coach Harsin is expected to be there along with the Broncos' 3 Fiesta Bowl trophies. The Broncos are also hosting an event to celebrate National Signing Day. That'll be at Big Al's right next door. Tickets for that event, though, are already sold out. The Fan Fiesta, though, kicking off at 5, goes until 7. KBOI2 News will bring you live coverage of all the festivities, starting with Natalie Hurst and Brent Huntsaker right here on KBOI2 News, first at 4. And check this out. Boise State University has hired a guy called, his name is Gordon Jones, as the dean of its new College of Innovation and Design. Jones is coming here from Harvard, where he headed up the innovation lab there. The Idaho Statesman broke this story, reporting that Jones said Boise State is well recognized as being on an upward trajectory, and he likes going places that are trying to make history.